Today I'm going to go ahead and be hanging up these shelves in our half bathroom that we'll use for guests when they come over. That's what they look like. There's a single anchor on each side that goes into the wall, and they just hang suspended like that. These are pretty lightweight. This is real wood. These are from Hobby Lobby. $29.99 for this one. My wife said they were 50% off. The shorter one was less expensive. But yeah, I got two of them, and I'm gonna use these molly bolts. I'm going to use this one here because from there to here is about the width of my drywall. One thing though you'll notice, and if you know anything about me, I will not use the shiny stinking hardware on bronze. It just will look ridiculous. So I'm going to blue these. I'm going to turn them into a darker color with some of this liquid gun blue. I've done this before. It works out great. They're not going to totally match the bronze, but they are going to be a lot closer, a lot darker than this. They won't be shiny anymore. I could paint them a similar color to that, but I don't like using paint on hardware like this because it'll scratch, it'll wear off, and then you'll see that stupid shiny zinc-plated silver through there. What I have laid out here is a level, a small one I like to use for my shelf. This is about, 10 inches long, and I've got a drill bit that is slightly wider than the shank of the molly bolt right there, and I've got my trusty old piece of crap drill. Tape measure, and then I'm going to protect my eyes and my hands. I've got an alcohol swab to wipe off the bolts I'm going to use. I've got this little container. This is for some diabetes test strips for my son. Got it emptied out. I'm going to pour a little bit of gun blue in there, and I'm going to put the bolts in there to darken them right up. You ready for dinner? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves. My glasses. Get out my molly bolts. These are the ones I'm going to use right here. I think my wife would probably be pretty upset with me if I blued our new quartz countertops. Just going to open this up. It's got a child protective lock on it. This is not brand new. You can see it's a little bit kind of rusty up there. Kind of a light blue color. I'm just putting enough in there to get the tips. This is what it looks like inside there. So it's a light blue color to start. Now before I go ahead and put that in there, I'm going to take my alcohol swab. I'm just going to clean off the part that I want to change colors. Really all I need is this part. I don't think that this is even going to show. So here is the bracket. So if you look at that, if it shows at all, it's just going to be just barely. So I want to go ahead and make that a darker color. If I flip this around so you can see it this way. And there we go. If we see it at all, it's just going to be just barely. I'm going to go ahead and take my bolts out. They each have a little washer. I'm going to take those off. Now what I'm going to do to avoid getting a bubble in there, I'm going to take this and I'm going to tip it back a little bit, like so, and I'm going to push them in there sideways, like that, until they're submersed. Then I'm just going to turn it up. You can see just that quickly they're already starting to turn colors. So same thing, if I wiped it off now, they wouldn't stay that dark. So I've got that in there. I'm going to tip it up. I'm going to wait approximately 5 minutes. You know what? I've got enough room to go ahead and do at least one of these. So I'm going to put that in there. Let's see if I can get both in there. I can't really get that other one in there. Maybe I'll try to squeeze it in a different way. The problem is that not even the two molly bolts will fit in there next to each other. Okay, so as you can see, I've got them in there. I'm going to tip this down some. Be careful not to blue our floor as well. So the heads of those are covered up. You can see it's already starting to change a little bit of colors. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and rinse these off. I'm going to get some cold water running. I'm going to pull these out. Put it right into the cold water. Just a minute, sweetie. I'm going to take a paper towel.
Okay.
Be sure to use plenty of water so you don't blacken your sink. My wife will not be too happy about that either. Okay, so what we've ended up with is this is still a little bit silver. I could have left it in longer, I suppose. But I think that's going to look much better than how shiny it was, so you can see the comparison right there. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off all 3 of these. Instantly, well, in 5 minutes, they look old. Let's see how this one turned out. Like I said, I'm not too worried about this one. That one still has a little bit more shine to it. Could have left that one in longer, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, but like I said, that's going to mostly be covered up. After you wipe it enough, this is just the second paper towel I've got here. Hardly anything's coming off, still got a little bit. Probably going to have some of those threads. Oh, not much. So there we go, that one's good. I'm going to go ahead and take this one, clean it off a tad more. There you go. You can see the difference. This will be a better comparison. For my drill bit, I went ahead and selected one that is just slightly larger than the shank. So that'll fit through. You can see it's not quite as wide as this. You want to use a big enough drill bit. If you don't, these are going to compress. And then when you tighten it up, it's not going to work right, and then you're likely going to rip a big hole in your drywall to remove it to replace it. So yeah, as you can see right here, slightly larger. I've got my live wire tester. I'm going to make sure this works. Yep. Okay, I'm going to be putting it over here above the toilet. Does that when I accidentally bump the wall? Okay, nothing there, so it should be good to go. I'm going to do a quick measurement here of how wide this opening is. Looks like it's about 34 inches. This one I know the length from the bottom, but I'm just going to go ahead and measure that just for fun. So I've got a little over 23 and a half. I know my wife wants this approximately 18 inches above this basket because she held it up earlier. So about right there. That's where we want that one. And then she wanted the other one about 8 inches above the top of this. So let's see what we've got there. 7 inches. So we're going to do 15. Let's see how wide this is. About an inch. Alright, so 8 inches plus the 7 plus 1. 16 inches above that one. Okay, so up there. Alright, so I've got my height set. The bottom one is going to be right there. Top one's going to be up here. I know this is 34 inches across. So I'm going to put a mark right at 17 inches. Midpoint there. And try to get that more or less level. Okay, that's the midpoint on that one. And the midpoint on this one. It's right there. Double check that. Yeah, that looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a mark in the middle of this one, right on the back.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Let me have you double check the height.
Okay.
So
I can smell the pine candles from clear out in the garage.
Oh yeah? So this is where the bottom would be. I think that might be a little bit higher than we talked about.
That's good.
I want to make sure I don't hit my head when I go poop.
Yeah. You was
And
crying?
I got
So
my
sorry.
treat.
And then this would be the next one.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and get busy.
Okay.
Look what I did to the hardware.
I'm gonna blow those candles out. I kind of have a stomachache after smelling them already. Look. Oh, cool. Look.
Where's the rest of it?
It's in my purse.
Okay, I'll try to fix it.
Will the car even start like this?
Possibly.
Okay.
If it doesn't, there's something wrong with the immobilizer.
Okay, come on, Addie.
Alright, I'm going to put a mark at the midpoint here. I'm not going to push in too hard because I am going to want to erase it. 23 and 9/16. 23 and 9/16, so I go 11 and a half, and then 9/32. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I don't know if you can see my mark. It's not very noticeable. It's right there. Now the shorter one. $20 and 7/8. So 10 and 7/16. There's my mark on that one. So I'm going to measure twice. 20 and 7/8. So I got 10 and 7/16. That one's good. If I got these wrong, you guys are probably already laughing at me. 23 and 9/16. So 11 and a half times plus 11 and a half is 23. So I've got 23 and 9/16. So I got 11 and a half plus 9/16. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's it right there. Now my level's really going to come into play. The shorter one that I use for shelves and things. So first I'm going to get my mark lined up with that mark. So that should be more or less right in the middle. I'm going to level this up and then I'm going to spot check that. I'm going to go up just a little bit to cover up my pencil marks. Yep, it's pretty dang close, if not perfect. I'm going to go ahead and mark. Interesting, that's not flush against the wall. Maybe that's why they were on clearance. Jeez. I'm just going to mark the middle of that. And then intersect those lines. Right there. That's where I'm going to put that one. Now the shorter one, I'm going to stand on the pot. Just going to push that all the way in, flush against the wall. Same with that one. Fingers crossed these spread the way that they're supposed to. Well, this is going to spin right now. It's starting to bend the molly bolt or hollow anchor. It's going to stop spinning here in just a minute. And it's going to pull up real tight against the back of the drywall. I can feel it tightening up now. And I can hear it starting to crunch into the drywall. Perfecto. Turn, turn, turn. Sorry if that shifts around a little bit right now. That's gonna bite down here soon enough. But if I want, I can try to hold it down with my finger. I don't want it to spin and do too much damage though. Lots of turning. You can hear that start to crunch down to the drywall on the back. Let me see the line in the trash can. There we go. I really like these molly bolts. I've never had one rip out of the wall. Now that I've got that secured, you can see that. It does not wiggle back and forth at all. And this is sitting nice and flush with the wall. I'm going to go ahead and take these screws out in preparation for hanging that shelf. I really love the way that this hardware turns out. I think that's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and drive these other ones in. I'm going to try to do as much as I can with just my fingers. These bolts are very, very long. I got that one fairly close. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Okay, let's see how level we are. Oh, that's spot on. Don't know if you can see that, but the bubble's right in the middle. Okay, that side's nice and taut. Still level. Okay, nice and level. There's shelf number one. Of course, that time it landed in the trash. It's a new bag. So it should be good. Okay, I'm going to tighten these by hand. looks good right there. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it down. That one's also level. So there we go. Shelves are installed. I think they look fantastic. Let's get a view from out here. Can't really see them. Can't zoom out far enough. This is not a huge bathroom, but I'll show you by having that level and drawing the marks. You can see that's good and level. This one, even though that's split, leveled it off of that. Looks good to me.
Let's go see it. Wow, it looks good. I like it a lot. You like it?
I do.
Cool.
You guys like it?
Can I decorate it?
Yeah, go ahead. Looks great. She likes it. Where did the L go?
What?
No L.
No L. Oh, you dork.
Nice owl. That looks good.
Does it look good?
It does.
Okay.
What do you think, Addie? I like those sunglasses. Do you like the new shelves?
Yeah.
I love you.
I see
You see me.
you.
I can see you.
I see
Yeah.
you.
Silly girl.
Let's go home.
I wanted to decorate the bathroom, and I picked these shelves because they were cheap.